One thing that's been clear is this program obviously hopes to get back to the point where they had elite defensive tackles during the great years of Hurricanes.
Right.
How would you assess your group from what you've seen on tape or so far? Moten, Norton, etc.
Well, we're in day 2, so nobody looks great. But I think that we have some talent, which is, when we come out here, I've been to places where, when you start out really rough. Here, I don't think it's that rough. I think we have some talent here, and now it's just a matter of time for these guys to pick up the techniques, work ethic, and kind of attitude that we're trying to establish on our defense.
On the tackles, do you know much about Gerald Willis, a kid who impressed the last staff on the scout team last year?
Right. Gerald's doing a great job. Has been very impressive. He's been I would say, the report on him that we got, he's been like just a breath of fresh air. He's been very, like I talked about, being coachable. He's been very coachable. He's been doing what we've asked him to do. We're just real proud of him, to be honest with you, and happy. He's got a lot of things he's got to do better, but right now we're real happy with where he started.
And on your ends, who from that group excites you?
All of them. They're all good. I really am, and I'm happy, and so we may play, I don't know how many guys will play, but we'll play a lot of guys, and hopefully we can get it, it's not you didn't play well, get off the field. It's you're playing really well, take a couple plays for a break, he's going to play really well, and then you go back in and you play really well. That's what we're hoping for.
Chad and AQM obviously were high-end kids coming out of high school. How high is the ceiling for those two, do you think?
I don't know. We'll see. They're, some of the best guys that I've coached, they're not there yet, close. But I think they also have potential to be, really, 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 really special players. So that's my job to get them there.
What gives you that indication, maybe with each one, the early signs that makes you believe?
Well, when we, for example, when we watch these kids on high school tape, we see not only do you get height, weight, 40-yard dash time, but you see how they move. You see how their motor is in terms of being competitive on the football field and like chasing down plays and things like that. So when we look at guys when we first get out here and we get them in the mats and we kind of look at them with that same kind of evaluation and what are they going to be able to do what we want them to do, and they're going to be able to do it the way that we want them to do it. Now it's my job to coach them to get them all to do that, but I think that there's some good key things that I've seen that I think we got a good chance.
Chad's listed a little lighter than he was last year.
Is
there a target weight with him?
All right, guys, we have David Njoku.
There's really just we want these guys to be at like a certain body fat for their position. Like at defensive ends, we want it to be 15%. At D tackles, we want it to be 18%. And I really don't care what that weight is in terms of like, is it 265 or 260, or is it 275 or 270 or 260? I would rather have them be able to run all day than have an extra 10 pounds and not be able to run to the football like we want them to. So they may be lighter than they were last year, but that's because they're working their ass off and getting in probably in the best shape.